Great. Thanks, Ken Kraetzer for CamVets Media. We're in Newport, Rhode Island today at the Naval War College and their wonderful national security program. We have a chance to talk to the president and CEO of the Naval War College Foundation. That is Captain George E. Lang, Jr., retired from the U.S. Navy. Captain, great to see you. Great program here. A lot of key topics covered: innovation, learning from the Ukraine war, technology, rare earth minerals. What was a highlight for you today?
For me, it's a win on just getting the feedback on the national security topics that we try to put together. I think if you caught the beginning of Admiral Walker's comments, he says, or even, Chairman A.B. Cruz's comments, he said, if you asked 6 months ago what will be in vogue, what will be the topic of interest come August of each year when we host our annual Newport National Security Symposium, you don't really know. So you take a look at a number of broad topics, and you hope that that's going to be something that resonates. And today, just watching the topics that we pitched, the innovation, the technology, the critical minerals, the investment piece, the financial piece of funding, some of the requirements that our force will need to preserve the peace in the future, it seems to me that we hit the ball out of the park today based on those topics and the feedback I got during lunch.
Well, wonderful speakers, wonderful material that you covered today. Tell us a little bit about the Naval War College.
So the foundation or the college? So the Naval War College, of course, established in 1884 here in Newport. It's an iconic institution. It's a 10-month resident academic course that focuses on joint professional military education. They're unique as a service college because they have joint professional military education phase 1 for the junior officers. It's kind of senior lieutenants to junior commanders. But they also have the senior course, which is which offers the joint professional military education phase 2 in the same institution. For instance, the Army Command and General Staff College in Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, has the junior course, wherein the Army War College in Carlisle has the senior course. Naval War College is unique in that sense. 10-month course, but what really makes it unique is it has a U.S. component: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, but it also has a lot of the federal agencies and a cadre of international officers from 60 different nations around the world. The student body right now in the Naval Command College, which is the international senior course, and the Naval Staff College, which is the junior course, similar to the U.S. side, has about over 100 students now currently enrolled in the program.
And tell us a little bit about the Naval War College Foundation, which you're the president and CEO of, provides resources to the Naval War College to raise their standard of excellence just another notch.
Right. So we provide the college kind of the margin of excellence. I mean, it's funded well by the Department of the Navy to accomplish the core mission of joint professional military education. What we do is we provide additional resources. On average, maybe between $2 to $3 million a year. In the last 2 years, it's been north of $7 million because we provided additional resources for them to establish the Rosenberg Deterrence Studies Institute. We do that because the Navy had identified a need to reinvigorate, regenerate gray matter, if you will, on nuclear strategic deterrence. And they kind of asked the Naval War College to kind of establish a center, to become the center of excellence, to regenerate that level of knowledge. So we provided additional resources for that. But that's not alone. We can provide, in our annual gift offer, we provide additional funding for research, development, faculty development, curriculum development, travel, bringing world-renowned experts from around the world to come here in Newport and share their experience, share their expertise with students who are enrolled in the course.
Hey, you've done some very interesting things in your career. I know that you served on the USS Bainbridge, which was a nuclear surface ship, and then went on to be Deputy Superintendent and Chief of Staff of the U.S. Naval Academy at Annapolis, guys we know very well. Tell us a little bit about your career of service in the Navy.
Yeah, so cruisers, destroyers, frigates, and then ultimately an aircraft carrier, USS Enterprise. I was actually embarked in Enterprise as part of the Commander Carrier Strike Group 12 staff. After my command tour on USS Carr, FFG 52, I was actually deployed in the Arabian Gulf along with USS Enterprise at the time. I executed my change of command in the Arabian Gulf and then took a helicopter over and embarked Enterprise and was with Enterprise for 6.5 years. I did the 2011 deployment on it, and then came back looking for my next ride, and had the opportunity to fleet up to be the Chief of Staff, and deployed one final time for Enterprise's last combat deployment of its 50-year life. But love it. Surface warfare it's something I miss today. I retired in 2019. I really feel privileged to have been recruited into this position to come back and in my mind still serve, although in civilian clothes, but still providing support to my brothers and sisters in arms.
And Captain Lang, just mention a final thought about the work of the Naval War College and why supporting the foundation is so important.
In order to provide the college the additional resources it needs to remain or sustain it as America's premier institution for higher education, those additional resources by private philanthropy, individual and corporate philanthropists that provide us money, either through sponsorships or through grants or even through memberships. We have a strategic corporate partnership that works very well, and the corporates, defense industry mostly, recognize the value of having leaders, developing, educating leaders that will take their science, technology, engineering, and math kinds of systems and develop the policy and the diplomacy and the law that's required to effectively employ those systems worldwide.
Captain George E. Lang, Jr., United States Navy retired President and CEO of the Naval War College Foundation. Thank you, and great to be with you at your event. Wonderful event today.
Thanks so much.
Thanks. This is Ken Kraetzer for CAMVETS Media in Newport, Rhode Island.